Hey yo, crypto in health. You want to know how crypto is working in health? We come to you every day with juicy news on wealth, wellness, and well-being. We're broadcasting to you live from 1.4 degrees south of the equator and 37 degrees east of the central meridian. I like to tell you we're right in the cryptographic middle of the world. You're with me, Scholastica Mugi, and I'm coming to you at 1100 hours coordinated universal time UTC here on the Ubricoin channel. You're just in time. Indeed, we're blessed to be alive wherever you are. I hope you're staying safe. You're staying home if you can. And of course, you're washing your hands as frequent as possible using soap and running water, as well as keeping that social distancing of 1.5 meters apart. And of course, you're wearing your mask while in public, as well as sanitizing if you have access to an alcohol-based sanitizer. Guys, let's do this. This is what COVID-19 calls us to do. Self-discipline is key in implementing all these things. Now, thank you so much for joining us. And it's a very good morning to you, David Muturu. Thank you so much for joining us live. And shout out to you always, including Grace, Naomi, Shiko, Irene, Barbara, Abed, Susan, Evans, Betty, JJ, Jojo, David Muturu once again, Miss Kindness for Cherry Productions, Madam Beatrice Morango, Joyce of Seattle, Dr. Stephen Karanja, Pinch 254, Mr. Mbugwa Kimani, Kimani Kamau, Eglantin Lonperia, Romario, Producer Purity, Pinch 254, Samuel Gatua, Brand Rakoi, Ian Mwangi, Jacob Yator, Paul Njoroge, Jane Nelson, The Prince, Triza, Justin, Mohammed Ali, Global Trader, Ruth Owino, Jane Gashugu, Irene Catton, Engineer Masinga, The Comical Canadian, Mark Waweru, Stephen Opanga, Raja Usman, Veronica Mwangi, Solomon Mushemi, Justus Kimeli, Tom, and of course to the guys that joined us yesterday and today on the Ubricoin Trading Masterclass. Big up to you. Charles Kea, David Ogutu, Mr. Mbugwa Kimani, Ruth Owino, Daniel, Jessica, John, Flower, Isaac Kithua, David Sainati for the 8 p.m. Pacific time, Joyce Rorie, Pastor Zippy, the Njugunas, Mr. Mbugwa, and of course the guys that were using their smartphones. And we want to encourage everybody to use their names so that we can shout you and appreciate you for joining us each and every single day. So guys, I welcome you once more, and today we're getting our inspiration from Psalm chapter 55. Verse 22 that says, "Cast your burden upon the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never allow the righteous to be shaken." Yes, God is above everything. And if we cast our burdens unto him, including COVID-19, he's definitely going to rescue us. So having said that, on our COVID-19 term of the day, we're looking at mitigation. And we also want to look at beef exports tracked using blockchain on our crypto news segment. And we also look at why you need more Ubricoins and where you find more Ubricoins. We've got that all right here. But let's look at what mitigation is. Now, these are sets of actions like social distancing and self-isolation taken by individuals, businesses, and communities alike to help curb the transmission of contagious diseases. Now, the CDC says especially before a vaccine or drug is widely available. So these are the measures that we keep on mentioning, like the social distancing and of course self-isolation for people who are suspecting to have the symptoms of COVID-19 or you have already contracted the disease. So let us keep doing that because that is very important. We keep following the guidelines and we adhere to them, and that's the only way we're going to save our lives and also save the lives of our loved one, as well as our friends, as well as our enemies. Now, having said that, we want to also look at the status, COVID status in Kenya, and we're looking at the number of tested people now at 25,806. We have 535 confirmed cases, and then we're looking at 24 deaths, and then 182 have recovered. 182 have recovered, but you can see that we continue having a rise in the number of cases. We're now at the 500 mark and still going, and so we need to do something. That shows that you have a responsibility to take, and this personal responsibility is for you and for your loved one and for everyone else, so that we can flatten this curve. So even as we say that, now let us look at what's happening with blockchain even in the midst of COVID-19. And we're looking at an article on Cointelegraph by Samuel Haig that talks about AG Tech farm tracks beef exports from Australia to China using blockchain. Now, Australian livestock tracking platform AG Live has completed a pilot that monitored shipments of beef to China. AG Live's trial was launched during late January and was conducted in partnership with global shipping logistics company DB Schenker and industry body Meat and Livestock Australia. Now, the pilot saw cattle tracked from Macca's cattle farm in regional New South Wales to an habitat located in the same state. From there, frozen beef products were tracked across the supply chain as the meat was transported by land freight interstate to Queensland and then shipped to Shanghai, ensuring that the products were stored under safe conditions throughout transit. The products were then distributed to grocery stores in Shanghai. So we're looking at beef exports that have been tracked by blockchain. And speaking to Cointelegraph AG Live Executive Director Paul Rain emphasized that each individual product, carton, and air container used across the supply chain is identified and tracked with Internet of Things devices, included alongside the products to record temperature and location data. All data is recorded to a private version of the Ethereum blockchain that can execute smart contracts on both Hyperledger, Fabric, and Ethereum. So we're looking at what blockchain technology is doing, and it is now also delivering the beef exports, the ability to track beef exports. This is from Australia to China. We're using blockchain technology. That's exactly the power of blockchain, and it's definitely gaining traction across the globe. And that is why you need to be in this space. You need to be understanding exactly what we're talking about. And we told you as Ubrica, blockchain technology is very dear to our hearts, and that is why we have everything explained to you, including a course that you can take on the basics of blockchain, technology itself, the cryptocurrency, and trading. You can find that course on www.academy.ubricoin.com, and then you join us for the practical session that has been going on so well. We're talking about the Ubricoin Trading Masterclass that is about 30 minutes or so to go, and so we're meeting at 3 p.m. East Africa time as we join Miss Susan to give us a very good exercise or practice on the trading. And we want to encourage everybody to join us. For everyone who has been joining us, we are really appreciative. Now, this is for your good and for our good and for the good of Ubricoin. Above it all, we know that the more you keep on understanding UBN, the more you'll be able to treasure it. And for that reason, we want to encourage everybody. The platform where you can buy as many Ubricoins as you want is definitely on the exchanges. Get into Phoenix Box, and definitely we're going to be showing you how you get to buy Ubricoins. And we want to encourage more buying at this time than as opposed to selling, because we know that the more you buy right now, the better chance you stand for you to benefit greater in the future. So we want to encourage more buying, more buying, more buying. Let us not drop the 24-hour volume of Ubricoin, because it's not also going to benefit you if you do that. Let's keep buying UBNs, especially on the exchanges, and we are definitely going to support Ubricoin the way it's supposed to be supported. And of course, it's gonna come back to us with a bang of wealth, wellness, and well-being. I've got to love you and leave you guys, but not without a quote on discipline. This is from a former American football player, Lou Holtz, who says, "Without self-discipline, success is impossible, period." I have been your girl, Scholastic Kamugi, and until tomorrow, it is goodbye for now. Ciao.